Hi friends, it's Amy. Welcome to my channel. Today I want to wrap up my participation in the Cozweek 2021 readathon put on by Courtagonist. So let's get to it. All right, you may or may not have seen my July 2021 TBR video. I will link that down below just in case. In it, I talked about the books that I wanted to read for the Cozweek 2021 readathon prompts. There were 8 prompts, and they were in a this or that kind of format. So 4 books is what I actually came up with. So the first prompt, this was to read a book that makes you feel cozy. And that was a book that makes you feel a thrill. And I chose to read Half-Minute Horrors by various authors for this prompt. It is a pretty cute book. As I said, many different authors contributed to the writing. Some of them are graphic novel-ish. Some of them are short little poems. Literally, when it says Half-Minute Horrors, they're literally stories that you can read in 30 seconds. I counted out that I would need to read 12 of them every day in order to finish, and I kind of set a timer and then I started reading, and I finished it a lot faster than what I thought I was going to, because I ended up reading more than 12 stories in a day. There are definitely some that did give me these creepy vibes. There were some that really were confusing. There were some that were really funny. I ended up giving it 3 stars. It is something that I could see having in my classroom. I think that there is definitely an audience of kids that would really like these and would be attached to the fact that you only have to read a little bit at a time and you're golden. Like, you still have accomplished something. I think that that would be ideal. That would seem ideal for some people. There's something on the R, and I don't know what it is. Oh, I got it. Okay. My favorite story, I would have to say, is Skittering by Tui T. Sutherland. That story has to do with spiders. And as I was reading it, I literally felt spiders crawling up my back. It was terrible. Like, I literally, it was so creepy and just, But at the same time, it was out there enough that I knew it couldn't actually be true. So I got over it really quickly. But it really creeped me out for a second there. Yeah. So anyway, this is a cute one if you're looking for something that might be a little short. If you're looking for something to share with somebody else, this could be something that you grab. The next prompt, this was a book that you would drink with tea, and that was a book that you would drink with coffee. So coffee is like, gets you really excited for the day, and tea like kind of helps you cool down and get ready for bed, basically. And I chose tea, and I wanted to read Christmas at Halliday House by RaeAnne. Thayne. And ironically, most of the time I read this, I actually drank coffee because I read it in the morning with my coffee. This is definitely, like, this felt like a Hallmark Christmas movie. cute little romance where you have two unlikely people getting together. I gave it 4 stars because it just absolutely scratched the itch that I was looking for. I was looking for a Christmas theme so I could do Christmas in July. I was looking for cute romance. Definitely had that in multiple different couples. And I was looking for a book that I could read quickly. And I really could. I was drawn into this. I really liked the characters. For the most part, there were some characters that really bugged me, and there were some parts of characters that really bugged me. But for the most part, I did enjoy these characters, and I enjoyed this trip to Christmas at Halliday House. Part of my goal with this book also was to try and forget how unbelievably hot it has been here in Wisconsin. And I think it worked, guys, because I started reading this and all of a sudden, instead of 90 degrees, it was 78 degrees. And I'm not saying that I caused that to happen, but I'm thinking it didn't hurt. I'm just a dork. All right. So then I got those done fairly quickly in the beginning of the week. But then I was just full of stuff that I could do, and it's post-COVID. So every opportunity that I had to go out and do something, I really wanted to take. So my reading kind of took a hit, and I had 2 other books that I wanted to read. One was, this was my favorite genre, and that was a new genre. And I wanted to read a cozy mystery. That is one of my favorite genres, absolutely. And I chose to read Suspect in High Heels by Gemma Halliday. And this was a book that I accidentally skipped in my reading of the series. And so I got to go back and see these characters that I know and love. And I just really, really enjoyed my trip down memory lane with these characters. However, I was reading it at night, like right before bed. So I was reading less of it every night than what I really wanted to because I was really tired. And so it took me a little bit longer to read it, but I still enjoyed it a lot. I still love this series. I still will continue reading it as long as she is willing to keep putting out the books in this series. The characters develop, the characters change and grow and are wonderful. And I can't wait really to read more and to see and meet these characters again. This one takes place in an auction house. We have like the Antiques Roadshow type program that has come to town in LA where the main character, Maddie Springs, lives. And when they're there, the star of the show, who also owns an antique store in town, like a pawn shop in town, is murdered. And all signs point towards Maddie's mom, which is just really sad. This old lady. I mean, she's not that old. She's not that old. But you have this lady who really doesn't desire to really hurt a fly, and she's being accused of murder by 2 police officers that don't know what they're doing, and the competent police officer isn't allowed to have anything to do with the case because he's married to the daughter of the suspect, and it's just yeah. So anyway, it is as unbelievable as you expect from a cozy mystery, really engaging and just a lot of fun. So I was working on this one and another one that I'm going to get to in a second. I was working on those yesterday, and then my cousin called me, who lives in Colorado, and she was driving through She's in Wisconsin, and she wanted to meet up with me so that we could see each other. And I was like, heck yeah. So it totally interrupted my reading day. And I don't feel guilty about that at all because, I wanted to see my cousin. So I actually went to the park to meet them before they got there. And I was reading when I got there, and it was totally fine. I had the other book on audio. It was great. And I did get home and I read to my heart's content, and I ended up finishing both of them yesterday. So I did finish Suspect in High Heels last night. This lighting is just crazy. I'm sorry. Then we had this was a favorite author, and that was a new author or series, and I decided to read From Beer to Eternity by Sherry Harris, which is the first book in the Sea Glass Saloon cozy mystery series from Sherry Harris. Obviously. I found the audio for this on Hoopla, so knowing that I was getting a little bit pinched for time, I decided to begin listening to it. And then I was kind of going back and forth, listening to it and also reading it because it was on Kindle Limited. So I was listening and reading and listening and reading, and I really enjoyed this book as well. This followed Chloe Jackson, whose best friend in the world was going off to fight and in the military, and he made her promise before he left that if anything happened to him, he needed her to go to Florida and help his grandma with the running of the saloon, and not to tell her that was why she was there. And he unfortunately had something happen to him, and this has already happened by the beginning of the book. She's already there in Florida. She takes a leave of absence from her children's librarian job and goes down to Florida to stay for a little while and help. And Vivi, the grandma, does not want any help that Chloe wants to give, but Chloe's there for it. And, one day, Chloe is creatively finding different places to stay, and in the process, she discovers a dead body at the back door of the Sea Glass Saloon. All eyes are pointing at her best friend's grandma, who is not warming up to her at all. But more than anything, she wants to help her best friend's grandmother because that's why she's there. It's a really, really more heartfelt than I was expecting. There were even parts that I was getting a little teary-eyed when she was talking about Boone. Boone is her best friend that died, and when she was talking about it, I was absolutely tearing up. It was just how she was talking about him and how much she missed him and things that were happening and missed opportunities and things like that. And it was really good. And the mystery was really intriguing. There were a lot of people that could have been responsible for the death. And it was pretty good. So all in all, I would say that I had a very successful Cozweek 2021. It was really fun. This is the first time I ever participated in that. A bunch of other cool stuff happened this week. Number one, I got to see my cousin for the first time in forever. It absolutely feels like, really, it's been over a year and a half, but still, that's a long time. And that was really nice that I got to spend some time with her. chilling out and hanging out with her kiddos and my aunt, and just being able to be around family was really cool. On Thursday night, I was able to go to an author reading at a local independent bookstore, and I picked up the book of the author that was reading, and I got a signature that is very unreadable, but it's also personalized. It says, "Amy, thank you, and I hope you enjoy it." I actually read probably the first 2 chapters before the event started, and there was a lot of like quirky dialogue in it, and I thought that was pretty cool. And I had to set it aside because I needed to finish my Cozweek reading, but I'm pretty excited to keep digging through this one. It actually takes place in Door County, which is kind of cool. Anytime I see books that take place in Wisconsin, I'm there because Wisconsin. So that was really cool. Thank you, Courtney at Courtagonist, for putting on this readathon. It was a lot of fun. It got me to get my cozy mysteries out and get that dose of cozy mystery that I'm always itching for. And it was a lot of fun. So thank you. Thank you for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day. Until next time, happy reading. Bye.